what to do when there is no lookup found. Okay, either we can fail the lookup or we can pass null values if there are no lookups found. What in case there are duplicate values, there are multiple values for the same key in the lookup table. So how is this database lookup going to behave? So as per our analysis yesterday, it is only picking one row, even if you have multiple rows for the same match. That's the behavior of lookup task. So if you have multiple rows, we are applying this lookup on checkpoints, right? And we created this. So for this ID, there were two values in this lookup table. So what we were looking up, so when the lookup is used, it will only pick one value. Even if you have multiple values, it will pick only one value. That's how lookup task behaves. But there is one thing, you can control what value to be picked up. Like say you have a key, a version or a key, then maybe you don't want to pick the one with nulls, or maybe you want to pick. So in this case, instead of test checkpoints, okay, there's something called AB checkpoint. Okay, so you have something like this checkpoint name. Okay, we just named it as AB checkpoint. So now here I have provided order by as checkpoint name. So now I provided order by as checkpoint name, right? So what happens is, while doing the lookup, it will sort if there are multiple values found for a given key, then it will sort and it will pick the first one out of the sort result. Out of the sort list, it will pick the first row. But remember, always it will pick only one row. But you can set the behavior. Instead of being random, you can set the order in which you want to pick the value. So now if you go and look at the extract, you will find that AB checkpoint, because in order wise A comes first. So yeah, instead of that, the other so you will not find this anywhere. So if you look out for this checkpoint name, you will not find it anywhere, because now it has taken this one in the order of the checkpoint name. So you can control the order, but the bottom line is it will pick only one row. Now what in case of stream lookup? Instead of database lookup, if you use a stream lookup, behavior is same. Behavior is same. There also in stream lookup also, only one row will be picked. Say now you are pointing this. Checkpoint. Okay, here you can't directly connect from this value, so you have to get it from a step. Let's just copy this, paste it here. This is a table. Order by is not required for stream lookups. We'll do it its own sorting. Let's go with star just for test purpose. In stream lookup, the checkpoint is a lookup table. We're fetching all of the details. So if I create this file, extract file now, so what I'm doing is I am using stream lookup. I'm doing same action, same database lookup. Okay, pointing with checkpoint ID from the incoming stream checkpoint ID to the checkpoint ID in the lookup table. Same thing I'm doing here. But with stream lookup, you have to provide it as an external output, that lookup table. Okay, so we had one more input into the stream lookup. So if you create this file here now, we go and analyze the file now. We get only one value, AB checkpoint. Here also in stream lookup also we will be not able to find the other one. Go and search for this value. No, you will not find it. It will also pick only one row. But here with stream lookup, you cannot set the order also. It is random in nature. Whichever the value it finds first in that list, it will return that first value. You can't control the order. But at least with database lookup, you can control the order. Now, if your requirement is not any of this, you want all the matching rows to be returned. Whether it gets duplicated, don't bother. You don't bother. Okay, whether it gets duplicates also, I am okay with it. But I want everything to be sent out. Then you can use database join. It's a very powerful step, time consuming. Use it only when if it is absolute necessary. Okay, in database join, you can do something like this. Provide the connection. You have to provide key value here with the help of SQL query. So we don't have that luxury of selecting keys in the drop downs. So here we have to do something like this. So lookup tables selection will be limited by this key checkpoint ID, whose value will be providing as a parameter coming from the incoming stream. Okay, I haven't have this. So checkpoint ID. So this is this list you see, this is coming from the stream, your ETL stream. So this checkpoint ID will be mapped with checkpoint ID of your lookup table. So whatever it matches, that will be returned. Provide parameter type. Supply this to file. Some issue. This is not the connection. If you might have noticed, it took slightly more time, slightly excess time than the earlier execution. So wherever it finds multiple values in the lookup table, or both the values will be pulled up. You see, this one and this one. So both checkpoints are written. If this is your need, like you want all possible duplicates to be returned to the outstream, then yeah, go and use database join. If not, you can use database lookup. Always see how this lookup works is by primary foreign key relations. Okay, so you have whatever the checkpoint ID that is coming from the incoming stream will be your primary key, and this is your lookup table, right? Checkpoint ID, and in that you are looking for this checkpoint ID. Sorry. Whatever the ID that is coming from the incoming stream is your foreign key, and for this checkpoint table, this is your primary key, checkpoint ID, the lookup table. Okay, so generally in primary case, duplicates won't be allowed. Okay, so that will violate the primary foreign integrity, referential integrity. So very rarely you'll encounter such a scenario, but in spite of that, I'm not ruling out the possibility. If you get duplicates and you want to preserve them, then you can go and use database join. So this is your OLTP system, the Land Transport Corporation. You're seeing here the database. It is holding trip checkpoints, trucks, scheduled trips. So we know that what are the trips that are scheduled are coming in an Excel file, right? So we have all the trips information in an Excel file coming from the roster system. Now from there, there is some data sitting in the OLTP, online transactional processing. That is the foundation for data warehouse. So we'll get data from this system. So here will be data will be in highly normalized form. So you'll have very short tables suitable for insertions and updations. So we have checkpoints table, then trip checkpoints that are assigned to the trips that are scheduled, and then the trucks. So inventory information, logistics information. So we have all of this. But this is good for running your day-to-day front-end business. But you also need to have a system which preserves history and can be used for reporting, doing analytics. So for that, we'll have OLTP system, also known as warehouse, data warehouse, or data model, or dimension model, data mart, or ODS, operational data source, or data layer, or data center. People call so many names in organization. So this is your OLTP system. So OLTP system consists of primarily two models of tables. Transactional tables, it's also called as facts, which holds ever-increasing transactions of your system, of your data. And then there are subjective tables, which will hold entire information related to a object or entity. So like a category, customer, everything related to customer, location. So we'll have ETL written for moving data from OLTP system to OLAP system, which runs in a scheduled intervals, maybe daily ones or hourly ones for demanding data warehouse. Okay. So now moving data may not be a challenge. Yeah? So moving data from your OLTP to OLAP, but the tasks, the decision that you make while you are updating dimensions, okay, is critical, or is business oriented. So the way you want to treat your attributes determines how you are going to design your ETL. So I said attributes. Attributes are nothing but columns and dimensions. So we'll call them as attributes. So the way you want to handle those attributes will determine the steps that you will put in ETL. Okay. So while you decide on the attributes, mainly there will be two ways. So I will first open up a dimension and I'll show you what I'm talking. So for example, here I have a dimension for shippers. So it will hold all the information related to shippers. Okay. Okay, now this is the dimension. Now if you look at the data actual being supplied from the vendor or from the source system, so we have data something like this. We have shipper ID, okay, and then information related to shippers, all the shippers. Okay, so here each of the column you see here. See, for right now here it is a table. Okay, so this is a regular table. So you will call them as columns, and these are key. This is a key in this table. Okay, now when you are converting this to a dimension, you want to pull every possible information related to shipper into one entity. Okay, one entity which you will call as dimension. The way you treat these columns will change. So you no more will call them as columns, you will call them as attributes. Okay, and what are the key that is coming from your source system? The original key will be your business key. This will be your business key. And this key you will use it only for showing for reporting purposes. You will not use it for any technical purposes while creating or loading or maintaining your data warehouse. So this is a business key strictly for front-end business. You have nothing to do with this key. And all other columns are attributes for you. Each one is an attribute. So we will come to attributes later. So first let's talk about this key. So I told you this is a key, this system key. Now when you are moving this data into your dimension, okay, this is your dimension. See this shipper code, shipper code. So this key comes as is into this called surrogate key, or in PDI, in Pentaho terminology, it is called technical key. Okay, so we create one more key. This is for our internal purposes. This is for bringing in referential integrity between fact and dimension. So whatever the key that is generated here in this dimension will be used in fact table. This is a key which will be inserted in fact table, so that later you can join your transactions in the fact table with this dimension rows. Okay, so this is surrogate key, technical key, which will be created by the ETL and will be interested only in this as far as data warehouse is concerned. Okay, and here are your attributes: company name, phone number, address. Now you see these columns, these are called supporting columns. These columns are created to bring control over the updates or the changes in the dimension. So with these columns we can control, we can define, we can time bond the changes that are happening on your dimension. See, for example, here this is land shipping. So here this has a business key of 7. Okay, land shipping TR RTR, some extension of this land shipping. So later on, what they did, they changed the name of this shipping company, shipping wing. They changed it to something else. They have given a different name. How do we know that they have changed the name? Because the business key is still same. There is no change in the business key. So that's why when you maintain history, when you want to maintain two values, your business key will get duplicate because it's same for both the values. That's why we will not rely on this key. We'll keep it only for business. We'll not use it for any technical purposes. So by looking at this key, we can tell that okay, the value of this company has changed. Okay, and here we will be knowing that which one is the latest. So as the version increases, okay, we can see that the one which has the maximum version is your latest. And not just that, you can also know from what time to what time these values are effective.
I'm sure you enjoyed learning from this video. Please like the video, and if you have any doubts regarding this video, please comment us in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. Do look out for other related videos in our playlist. For more information, visit our website now. Keep learning with Intellipaat.